The RNC is totally going on offense. I told you Lara would be a good addition to the show, right? So to speak. Look, so she's running things over at the RNC. She's the co-head of the RNC right now. And she's nobody's fool. I mean, the girl, I know her. She's a really, really nice person. She's kind of like a superhero because she's got kids and she's a wife and she's running the RNC and she's on TV. It seems like 24 hours a day. And she has a podcast. So all of these great things. Lara's really, really busy, but she's also finding time to make sure that they dot the I's and they cross the T's and they go in there and they say, hey, wait a second, this isn't fair, right? That's what we saw coming out of, for example, Georgia, where they somehow miscounted some 3,000 plus votes. It's something that she's alerting people to in the city of Detroit over there in Michigan, because they don't have enough people sort of running the polls, regulating the polls, watching over the polls, and they're now filing a lawsuit as a result. I want you to hear this in her words. You're going to have to tune up the volume, I think, a little bit as we listen here to Lara Trump focusing in, zeroing in on Michigan, important state.
Look at a state like Michigan, a very important state, a state Donald Trump, of course, won in 2016. We are fighting tooth and nail to make sure Donald Trump wins in Michigan, and we believe if it's a free, fair, and transparent election, he will. I'll give you an example of the way the Democrats like to operate to try and sway an election. We had 700 trained poll workers from the Republican side apply in Wayne County to be poll workers. Do you know how many of those they actually took? 50. Guess how many Democrat poll workers they took? 2,300. So now we are filing a lawsuit in Detroit to make sure that we have parity between Republicans and Democrats. So whether
important. I'm really glad to see that. I told you she would do that kind of thing, right? I mean, you've got to actually do all the stuff that should have been done, frankly, for a whole lot of years. And no offense against Rona, but okay, a lot of stuff that should have happened didn't happen during that era. And I think that this is the opportunity right now to go out there and actually make sure that everything is as fair as possibly can be. And you know what? Everybody should want that. I mean, I don't care what side of the aisle you are on. The one thing that you need to be able to ensure, right, is that election integrity. So it's critical. I'm happy to see her doing this, and I hope that things get done in time, because let's face it, guys, we're sort of running out, right? We're coming up on the final stretch, shall we say.